Long before boundaries clearly defined Virginia, Kentucky, and Tennessee, the Cumberland Gap represented a portal of opportunity and freedom. Thousands followed in the footsteps of Daniel Boone. They sought a new life in new lands. Yet not all came by choice. They were slaves, property of the white settlers. We do not know who they were. Centuries of slavery had erased original names and family roots.
We have no way of going back and being able to document that, we had someone to be proud of in our families.
This is Hoop Creek in Claiborne County. At first glance, it is any East Tennessee farming community. Yet Hoop Creek was settled by the families of black pioneers. Legend has it that when the cataclysm of the Civil War turned the lives of everyone in the region upside down, freed men found refuge here.
With emancipation in 1863, white landowners let the newly freed move to isolated Hoop Creek. Because they had untraceable roots, many kept their former owners' names. The original settlers, the McNeil family, kept a store, a tannery, and a blacksmith shop. It was from the beginning an integrated community. The isolated hills offered a haven, common bonds, the promise of owning land.
Ownership came to the Hoop Creek community before it did to individuals. In 1888, the white owner of this land gave it to Reverend Phil Brooks and others. They built a church here. They educated their children here. All that remains is the place where the building stood, yet it was the anchor for the entire community.
Daniel Fugit, son of a slave, became the catalyst of change. He purchased a large tract of Hoop Creek land in 1904 and signed notes for others to buy land.
I'm going to eat at the welcome table. Yeah.
Today, the descendants of these black pioneers live in Hoop Creek, always have.
I'm going to eat at the welcome table.
Lord, they've been here for years. As far as I know, they was here when I got here. I don't know.
Welcome table, one of these days.
My whole family was farmers. Anything you imagine, we had it.
Their church is still the center of Hoop Creek community. Near Hoop Creek stands the Overton home place. John Fugit says there were once slave quarters here.
Pap tore it down. It was getting dilapidated. He tore it down. He didn't care anything about posterity. If he couldn't use the thing, got rid of it.
There is a slave graveyard here. Although they may have been as close as family members, their eternal resting place lies unmarked outside the white cemetery.
But obscurity ended with ownership of the land. They put down roots here. For many, family histories began here in something as basic as a family plot. And there was a lot of life and living to be done in Hoop Creek.
Every day will be brighter. Every day will be sweeter. There's a better day a-coming by and by.
The Civil War sent legions of freed slaves to the cities. But in Claiborne County, there was a haven, Hoop Creek. The promise of subsistence farming, and in time, ownership held them to the land. The new settlers had familiar names: Brooks, Parkey, Wilson, and Fugit.
Uncle John, bought that land, They had a dance. They're trying to get all the money they can to pay for this land, because land was cheap back then. Oh, here was this house full of them, and they took all the beds up at one, and put us youngers all up in the bed, out of the way.
And when the man come through to put the lights through, he said, "Why are you all up here for yourselves?" I said, "Because we own it."
It's about 25 acres, something like that, more or less. And corn back here, all back in there. Used to be all that used to be in corn.
See, we grow beans for, market. We grow tomatoes for market. We grow pepper for market. We put out tobacco. He'd have his cattle, sell hogs. Then he'd work sawmill part-time. Well, he'd log,
Yeah, we done a lot of logging. Logged a whole lot.
Together, they built a community on love.
You could get sick. Honey, people would come in
They sure
and do
would.
your work
They
for
sure
you.
would. They sure
Even
would.
cut your corn, hoe your corn,
Right.
wash, iron, cook.
Man, you could holler just like a telephone. You just holler from one to another. You didn't need no telephone then.
wrong?
I want you to call, tell Lily she can have some chickens.
Okay.
Hey, Lily, come over here and get some chicken. August the 8th.
Special day.
August the 8th was the black celebration. They said it was when the blacks were freed. And they'd get together and entertain, have lunch and music and everything on that day.
That's why they come out of Ohio and Michigan, and they were right down here.
Used to, you couldn't get them to work on that day. They wouldn't work for love or money. That's their day, and they take it.
Their day was August 8th, a reason to rejoice. Tennessee Military Governor Andrew Johnson granted slaves their long-awaited freedom. In Knoxville, Chilhowie Park belonged to the blacks this one day. A segregated world existed outside Hoop Creek.
Only thing was happened that I wish would have happened is schooling. You had to go be a bus bound to Marshtown to go to high school.
Yet Hoop Creek always had racial harmony.
Were you scared to send your child down there?
Lord, no.
Why?
Because I wasn't. Because we was all brought up together. Why would I be scared?
Knowing when they started to talk about segregation, we didn't know what that meant. Because we didn't, we'd always been together, you know.
These are the last days of the original Hoop Creek community.
All the houses are gone. There used to be houses all up this hall. They burnt down, gone, tore down, fell down. People dead and gone.
And here's my grandchildren.
Where are they?
They're in New York.
Hoop Creek is a long way from where its children are today, but there will never be a doubt of their roots and the deep connection to their Hoop Creek home.